let me cut the system off. I think the game need fixing. The game ain't been the same. Let me call it technician.
Welcome back to another installment here in Rello Mellow Garden. We're starting our third week of flower here. We're on day 15. Usual deal here. We're doing daily watering, so we're about to pH this water. Probably give the plants a little bit of moisture. No feeding or anything like that today. Today, a lot of my effort has been going to try and adjust these lights and kind of jacked up the what's it called here, kind of jacked up the scrog and whatnot. I have to come through and readjust a lot of stuff. Some of the lights and got a little crooked trying to mess with them, especially this one is all lopsided. But at the very least right now I do have them slightly higher. Over here they were around 8-9 inches from the light. I got about 11 inches, 11 and a half. Over here they were around 8-7 inches from the light. I've got it around 10 inches I think, and it's a little bit more space right here as well. All right, here he is. But get this nice little watering. Weather is pretty good outside. I think it's gonna stay that way unless some random cold blow through. So again, right now for our outdoor, we just waiting on that sunlight hours. I'm thinking about the last week of this month. It will probably be the week that I start to wing them outdoors. I might start it a little earlier. So I think that'll be what, next week. And yeah, we'll have our little outdoor over there, outdoors. But not really much going on for us here. Like I said, day 15 of flower, regular stuff. Got these lights a little bit adjusted. See that one and completely turned around, but whatever. Yo, we back on another day here. We are now on, I believe, day 17 of flower here on a Saturday. Your boy feeling good. I finally got back working out and whatnot. I was working out, and then I stopped. I only had it going for like a week, maybe a week or two. So we're going to see if I can keep it consistent for about months this time, and then we know it's real. But just a little something going on in my life right now. Right now, we're waiting for these pH pins to settle. Tell me where this pH is at. I kind of average it out between these two. I need to go ahead and get a little different, more accurate pH pin. We'll get it at some point. But I think these are doing us a fair job based on how things look in the tent. If pH was out of whack, you'd definitely be able to tell at some point. And get potential lockout, stunted growth, etc, etc, etc. Don't look like we got none of those problems. You don't know, a few drops of more bloom. Let's go ahead and look on in here. Yeah, let me know how y'all like that little viewpoint in there. I don't know, lots of full tent in here. See what these is looking at. Ooh, that humidity surely do be shooting up at night. That's what that 87 up there, as y'all can see on the high. We definitely do not want that when the buds start coming in. And we were running the exhaust fan all night too, so yeah, I'm gonna have to figure something out there. Don't want nothing like bud rot. But I imagine after we do the big defoliation, we actually probably won't have that problem. Now that I think about it, all of this plant mass in here is going to help keep that humidity up. It's not going to be the worst thing right now. We're not going to get no mold or rot. But again, once these buds really do start coming in, we definitely don't want that anymore. But again, defoliation should help that, I believe. Come down here and look through this first trellis net, and y'all can just see how stuff is popping up through each square. It's not going to be like that one on the top. It's just going to be the most tallest buds, sites, or branches that reach that second trellis. But with this first one, it is jam-packed in here. And we getting closer and closer to where we gonna pull that big defoliation. We got about 4 days left now. And honestly, flowering really is the easy part of cannabis. And it's a lot more work during the vegetative state. It really ain't too much work to do during flower once you got your groove with the trellises, if you do choose to use them, which I'm pretty much probably always gonna use one. It's the easiest way I know to max out a tent. But really, flower, yeah, you really just let these grow. One thing y'all will have noticed by now, maybe if you do organic type gardening yourself, or you've been paying attention to other people that use the organic dry nutrients, we have not really came through and top dressed any of these plants. We simply put in our amendments when we fill the pots or transplant it. And y'all know these got transplanted twice because that third, or we were going to run the little 4 plants in 3-gallon pots. Obviously, we had 2 males. Actually, I'm not even certain that last one we took out was a male. I really might have overshot that, but seeing what we did with the tent, it don't really matter anyways. But we're just gonna say those 2 were males, so we upgraded to these 5 gallons to make sure we could fill this space out. And so we amended new nutrients into these 5-gallon pots. New nutrients were amended into the 3-gallon pots, which we put just about enough nutrients in those 3-gallon pots to last us at least halfway through flower. So we didn't need much in these 5 gallons. And that probably plays a role into why we haven't needed to top dress. And we probably won't be top dressing for the remainder of this grow, because we're going to switch to that little more bloom here in a little while, like a few 4 days, whatever. And as we come in and look at these leaves, there's no sign, even on these bottom leaves, which are expected to start dying out first. It's just the life cycle. As you see, they look perfectly healthy. On the edges, we might be able to see tiny bits of bleaching and maybe a little bit of curling. But really what that tells us, as long as it doesn't spread or get crazy, all that tells you is kind of that you're pushing the plant sort of towards its limits, which is what I want to do. Anything I run, I'm going to push it as far as I can, because I want to maximize yields out of my tent space, especially while just having one 2x4 tent. And we definitely can see signs of that on our other plant here. But we can also see that they're praying, sort of how the leaves are going up in that praying motion, which is a sign that they're happy and healthy. This little bit of tip curling and very light amount of bleaching is due to a little bit of light stress. And again, it just shows that we're really pushing the plants to their limits, but they're not going over the limit, or we see a lot worse damage. So really nothing to worry about there. And what the hell is that right there? A bug got in my tent. I'm gonna have to get rid of that. I don't know what type of bug that is. Alrighty, y'all. So apparently, according to this, that might have been a carpet beetle. Definitely my first time seeing one of those in this area. And we've been here like, I think 2-3 years now. And like I said, I don't do bugs in my tent. I was saving this for outdoors, but I'm about to go ahead and spray this thing up. I don't know if it laid eggs, any of the sort. Alrighty, so I practically just used everything that was up in here. So I'm definitely gonna have to go out and get a bunch of more spray, because I know most of summer we're probably gonna be good, but towards fall, moths and stuff are gonna start laying eggs, and caterpillars were eating the shit out of my plants outdoors last year, so I'm gonna be prepared for that. I've never had a bug problem indoors. Again, I doubt that little one beetle I seen is gonna be a sign of something crazy happening in here. But like I said, I don't like bugs in my tent at all. So we went ahead and sprayed from the top. Y'all can kind of see some of the sheen left on top of there. And we came from the bottom as well. But yeah, I've never really had a bug problem inside my tent. The grasshoppers do be hopping in, but we'll figure out some way to seal that thing up. But they don't really get inside the tent. I've never had, again, a problem with it. But we're gonna take that little bit of preventative measures. And now I'm about to go ahead and water these girls in. Also, y'all can see, I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of too lazy to fix it. So I don't know what I did when I put this back up here, but now it's facing this way instead of the long ways like these other two. And these other two is kind of crooked, but it maybe might make a couple of hot spots or something, but I doubt it's about to have a major effect on our flowering. And I don't really want to mess with it. As I showed y'all earlier, I think a couple days ago, I came in and adjusted the lights, and pretty much just where they gonna stay for now. I might come and fix this when we start our next grow in here, but it's gonna work out. I forgot to come check where these landed at. I'm gonna say this pH is around a 6.5, good enough. And it had been bubbling. We just recently took it off to let those get the proper reading and not have a bunch of water splashing up in them and stuff. Those are cheap pins, so I don't trust them that much. All right, we just hit them with the usual water. 3 of those little 16 ounces per pot going through the top. Then we do 1 of the cups we poured in those little bottom trays. But yeah, y'all don't know. I'm gonna show y'all everything going on. A little buggy pop up. I'm gonna let y'all see that. And also, something I forgot to come in here and show. If you are subscribed to my second channel, Rello Mellow Grows, that's Rello Mellow, one word, then space grows. You would have already probably been and seen this by the time this video comes out. But if we come back in here on our NFC bag seed, every grow, my sausage fingers managed to snap one of these branches, and we unfortunately broke this one while I was trying to come in and tuck it under the net. So that sucks. That's probably like 3 to 6 grams we knocked on off. But again, I'm kind of accustomed to it. Every grow I snap at least one branch. Sometimes they can be healed. This one was snapped way too far, so it pretty much died out. It is what it is. We got a full tent anyways, but not too much going on. I'm probably about to go kill that little grasshopper I showed. It's unfortunate. Should never came in the house. Anyways, that's all we got going in our little day 17 update. Nice little spray on them. It's gonna dry up quick. It's really already drying up. It's a tiny bit left in here. I might come and hit them. And as y'all see, I'm not at all worried about hitting those bud sites. They're not nearly developed enough to care about that. And this is an organic type of thing anyways here, so it ain't gonna hurt nothing. Y'all see we come on under it. But yeah, I think we go ahead and get out of here for day 17. Ooh, one thing we forgot to mention here on day 17, with all that spray stuff in there, I am gonna make sure to run my exhaust fan. I don't want all that stuff just stuck in the tent, although I do generally keep this cracked open, so all the fans in there circulating stuff around, stuff eventually is gonna make its way out. But we gonna exhaust all those fumes and stuff. Now we out for day 17. Yo, Rello, we back here on another day. Today is officially day 21 of flower. That finishes off a full 3 weeks for us. So we got a bit we're gonna be doing today. I think it's been about a week since we hit them with some molasses. We're gonna hit them with molasses again. just to continue to feed those microbes that are in there, get those nutrients completely available for the plants. Haven't pH'd the water today, so I'm about to hit it with this more bloom, get that pH'd, and then we're gonna take a look inside the tent and go over our big day 21 defoliation. Alrighty, here she is. Let's go ahead and get her cracked open. Come in here and turn some of these fans off. We have been running the what's it called, humidifier, or not humidifier, the humidifier broke. This exhaust fan, we've been running it full time now. Things are staying pretty decent. The exhaust fan, gotta come and unplug it. That's the one I got. See what these are looking like. That's all right. That high is still a little crazy, but I think with the defoliation we're about to do, we shouldn't get up there anymore. Temp's not too bad. Hopefully we can stay out of the 90s. I think we're starting to finally get a little bit of scent coming out of here. Nothing too strong just yet. Did get a little whiff of something. It looks like these are a little slow in trichome production. Not much frost popping up on them just yet, but that should be coming here down the line. Yeah, I think this ice cold bag seed right here is what's smelling. It's kind of got a little sweet scent to it right now. I'm thinking this one might be similar to the bag seed I did last run. If so, we might kind of get like a cherry Tootsie Pop type scent from it, a mix of cherry and chocolate. And we'll have to see what this one does. But anyway, let's get to business. Y'all can see how stuffed this tin is. A lot of plant mass in there. I'll bring y'all over the center so y'all get an idea of that. The interior of the plant. So with this big day 21 defoliation, we're going to be kinda lollipopping the plants for the most part, which lollipopping gets that term because you're going to remove a lot of the lower growth and it'll pretty much just be the highest bud sites and stuff left, so it kind of looks like a lollipop. That's where it gets its terminology from. So that's one thing we're going to do. All of these leaves that are way down here, we're going to get rid of. So I'd say anything probably less than halfway up the plant is an easy no that we're going to get rid of. Like I've been saying, anything that's not within like an inch or two of this first trellis net, we're getting rid of because it's pretty stuffed in there. Big leaves like this, pretty much no matter where they are, for the most part, we can get rid of them. But especially if they are on the interior of the plant. This is where we're going to want to put a lot of focus on these interiors or towards the center. We are going to come in and pick a whole bunch of leaves out of the center areas. Y'all going to see what it looks like as we get through it. But we really want to open up the center of the plant. There's lots of bud sites that are going to get exposed when we do that. I have come in here and slightly picked some leaves off, but we still got plenty of work. Came in here a couple days ago or whatever. But I've got some fiskars. I haven't disinfected them, so I'm going to run them through either some alcohol or hydrogen peroxide real quick, just to make sure no pathogens get into our plant as we about to come in here and start cutting stuff off. You could also pinch these leaves with your fingers if you wanted to. Alright, so I can see just a little bit of regular old hydrogen peroxide, little paper towel. Got these wiped off. Should be disinfected enough for our purposes. One thing I will mention is getting harder and harder to continue to tuck these branches. This one over here, this plant is a little more malleable, but this bag seed over here is real sturdying up now. So hopefully they're about done stretching. They ain't got all way back up close to these lights again. I told y'all we had a few more inches to deal with once I adjusted them, but they pretty much took those back up. We probably are gonna get some signs of light burn or on some of these top buds. I don't foresee it not happening, but it's not gonna greatly impact the yield. I don't think it's gonna have a terrible effect on the quality, except for the very top end of some of these top buds, but we're gonna have to see. Anyways, I'm gonna get in here and start snipping. Might give y'all a little update, then show y'all what it looked like when it's done. I know I already mentioned this, but I will show y'all. Y'all can see how nice and developed this branch is here. Right in here. I'm starting on this plant. Should be a little quicker. But we come in, look at it, it's pretty far from the net. So, despite it being this well developed, we are gonna come in here and I think for the most part we are going to go ahead and call this NF sheesh bag seed here done with our little leaf stripping. We're going to call that good. The only questionable little branch I'm keeping is this one, because if I were to push it in here, if I could get it to stay somewhere in here, it's kind of at the net, first net there. So we're gonna see what I do with that one. All right, and now we can move on over to this one. Gonna be the same process, gonna be real thinned out just like her. All right, I'm gonna show y'all a little more of how I kind of come in and do it. Generally, I'll try to find like one branch from one side of the plant. So the side facing me is obviously where I'm going to start. And I'll sort of start with one branch and look for anything connected to it that can come on off. I'm thinking this one maybe might be just close enough. I'm going to have to measure this branch right here. So we're going to skip that one, but we can also come down this branch and see this one's branching out of here. This one definitely is not close enough. So, get her on off of there. You can see another one in here that's not going to be close enough. Snip. All these we're taking off of here. Could potentially be used to do monster crop clones. If y'all remember the how to clone video, I mentioned regular clones and monster crop clones. These would all be considered monster crop if we do root them. All right, now y'all can see that I've pretty much went around this bottom section. I section it off, choose what branch I want to look at, and we've pretty much got all these, at least on the side facing me, cleaned up. Really in the back, they're pretty much cleaned up as well. And I'm just gonna continue this process as we continue to climb up the plant. So if I look at this branch here, as we come up to our next section, we've got this side branch protruding from it, clearly not close enough to the net. Easy choice to snip it on off, throw it in this pile of potential clones. We're not even done snipping these, plenty of it's here. We can move to this one. It's an easy snip. Boom. Come through here, find leaves like this. They're gonna necrose and die. See, you can kind of see that one's turning yellow because they're down here not really getting any light or energy. So go ahead and get them all off. Like I mentioned, these little suckers in here will peel off. Alrighty, y'all. We ain't finished up this little or big defoliation. You can see her come back in, check over here. I'll probably come grab these little leaf scraps out of that soil eventually. But real nice bones or stems and branches on her. Y'all can see it's a lot more clear in this center area. All those buds are getting greatly exposed. And I did decide to leave this one on here. So just a couple little lowers that'll get left. There might be a slight bit more cleanup that I occasionally come in here and do. I think I'm gonna try to adjust this light one more time. These are real close over here. These two especially, I don't want this close. But I'll do that a little later. Boom, boom. Now it's time to get this watering done. All right, and yeah, got them watered in. Real nice lollipopping on them. I can see a lot more clearly through here now. And that's gonna call it week 3 here of flower. Now we're entering week 4. We should, by the end of this week, see these flowers really coming together. Again, I'm gonna try to adjust this light height a little bit more. But other than that, we're gonna get up on out of here. Another installment in Rello's Mellow Garden. If y'all found this video informative or enjoyed it at all, go ahead and tap that like button for us. Really helps us out. Also, the more of the video you watch towards completion helps out as well. Other than that, subscribe for the channel. Stay up to date with everything we got going. We've got some more girls vegging right in there that will soon be in here. We've got our outdoor underway soon. And of course, more to do here. And other than that, shout out to everybody that's been rocking with me. And I'm out.